What is up, everybody? I am that one guy, and we're here today to talk on a specific topic. We're going to do a review today, and that review is on my new lid, which I'm sporting right now. It's the Squall 2 by Shark. It is the second iteration of the Squall helmet, and I love this helmet. I've been eyeballing the helmet, including the first Squall helmet, which has slightly smaller built-in LEDs. They were a little bit thinner and they were a little less bright. We'll get some B-roll out here for you so you can check out what the lights look like when they're on when it's dark. But I love this helmet. I love the features. It is very similar, if you've worn a Shark Spartan helmet, to that helmet as far as fit goes, as far as the feel goes. Now it does feel a little, and it's not chintzy by any means. It doesn't feel cheap at all. But the premium feel of the Spartan, it doesn't quite match that. Like I said, it doesn't feel cheap at all. But if you're used to the feel of the Spartan, you know, you're going to be looking at something that feels a little bit more of a value helmet than a premium helmet. But like I said, by all means, this helmet does not feel cheap at all. But again, we're just talking about the comparison between the Shark Spartan and the Shark Skwal. So a very similar feel there. So let's break down the components of this helmet. You know, you've got all the stuff inside. The padding is all removable and machine washable, which is always awesome on a helmet. It's got a chin curtain here at the bottom. Now you can take this out. I think from looking at it, it might not go back in just the same. It's just one of those things where I don't want to mess with it and take the chin curtain out and have to deal with trying to get it back in, and I get it to stay really well. The top vent here has a really nice feel. I know on some helmets you get that top vent that has a little bit of a, like I said, cheap feel to it, but there's no cheapness to the top vent. I don't really use the vent by the mouth because when I do it, it makes this whistling noise and you get more wind here close to the microphone. So I don't really use that one, but again, that vent there feels fine. It works just fine. The mechanics of it are good. Again, you're not going to get that premium feel like if you ever had like a Schuberth helmet or an Arai or a Shoei. It doesn't have that feel, quite that same feel of quality and premium feel. But like I said, it's fine. It's just fine. It's not it doesn't feel like something that's going to break really easily, and the mechanics of them both work just fine. The one thing that I do really like on this is the drop-down visor, and we'll give that a whirl right now. And the mechanics of this feel really tight. If some people will say that they like it so that you can drop it down just a little, this one kind of snaps right into place and then snaps right back up. I don't know why you would ever need something that kind of drops down halfway. So I'm just fine with the way that is. And for someone like me who's a glasses wearer that has to wear their glasses when they're riding, having that drop down visor is kind of a must. I couldn't imagine riding without it in a helmet that doesn't have the drop down visor. Now when you have the drop down visor, I know that you can only reach a certain safety rating, but for me, like I said, it's better for me because I don't have to take out my sunglasses and then put my eyeglasses in a case, and you know, it's kind of a big to-do to have to switch out my glasses with my sunglasses. So having the drop-down visor is just a huge convenience, and I'm fine with at least having the DOT safety rating on this helmet. Now this is my first matte helmet, and I do like the gloss helmet, and to me having a gloss helmet, to me it's just a little fancier, right? It feels a little nicer. But I haven't had a problem, and the one problem I might have had with the matte helmet is the fingerprints on the matte. You know, it's easy to get fingerprints off of a gloss helmet, but it's not so easy on a matte. But I did buy some of the spray that they showed me at Cycle Gear, so big thanks to the guys out there at Cycle Gear who helped me find the right stuff to keep this helmet looking nice. I'll put a link in the description to that stuff. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have the name right here for you, and in the description I'll have a link to where you can get some of that. But yeah, I don't really mind the matte helmet. I've gotten used to it. Most of the time I'll wear my other helmet during the day, and when I'm going out, when it's a little bit dark, I'll wear this helmet. I'm wearing it right now during the day just because I'm doing a review and I wanted to give you guys a good look at it. So the battery life is pretty decent on these lights. I'll charge it for a few hours, and then I won't worry about having to recharge it again for like a week or 2 weeks. And like I said, I don't wear this helmet all the time, so if that were the case, I might have to charge it a little more often. The one thing I will say about this helmet that kind of bugs me is that you don't know when the lights are charged completely, or when the battery for the LED lights are charged completely. So you can't really get an idea of whether or not they're fully charged. I usually put them on for about 3 hours and just call it good. But again, that's something that I wish maybe that there was a way to know when they were fully charged, even if the lights started blinking or something. I don't know. But that seems like something that could have been done, and could have been done a little bit better. The charging cord is really nice. It's in the back of the helmet, and it just tucks away into the padding. I've never felt it while I was riding, and it's never gotten in the way. So that was something you were considering in a helmet with built-in LEDs. It was having that cord getting in the way. That's not an issue at all. I was looking between getting this helmet, the Squall 2 or the Squall, the original Squall helmet. And the reason why I went with this as opposed to getting the light mode helmets that you kind of just glue on is I was just worried about the fact that those lights having being glued on, first of all, the glue is going to eventually deteriorate, and you're either going to have to re-glue, and also just putting those chemicals on your helmet, it makes me wonder about what it's doing to the finish on your helmet. So anyway, I decided to go with the Squall 2, and I'm glad that I did. I'll put a link here in the video, because I actually ended up getting this helmet for like half off. And the Squall 2 is the newer version, and it's hard to find this helmet on sale. So I got really lucky and got a really great deal. So I'll put a link to that, and I won't talk about that anymore. There's no issue with noise. We read out, at the beginning of the video, we were out there on the country road, and there's no issues with noise. In any helmet you're gonna get wind noise, but there's nothing excessive about the noise in this helmet. So if wind noise is a concern for you on a Shark helmet or the Shark Skwal 2, I wouldn't worry too much about that. It's you've got quieter helmets, but I think the sacrifice that you make when you get a helmet that's really quiet is that there's not a lot of wind getting in, and then you get fogging, and especially for a guy like me who wears glasses, that's always the thing I worried about. So it's always finding the balance between finding a helmet that has fairly quiet from the wind noise, and also getting enough ventilation in here to keep my glasses from fogging up. The visibility on this helmet is great. If you've ever had a Shark helmet, this is one of the reasons why I prefer Shark helmets over other helmet companies, is that Shark helmets really concentrate on getting a really good field of view out of the face shield. I always used to wear 3/4 helmets because I want to see everything. When I'm riding my motorcycle, I want to be able to see and have that experience of not being in a cage. And so having I want to make sure this girl's not going. So having a helmet that has great visibility or a great field of view is a must, and this helmet just gets it done. I don't really see anything on either side of here that obstructs my view and my peripheral vision. And then it's a big wide field of view here in front. Now, as far as aesthetics goes, that's really just a matter of opinion, but I really like the way this helmet looks. Like I said before, it has a very similar look to the Shark Spartan, which is the other Shark helmet that I have. And I would highly recommend both of these helmets for anyone who is thinking about buying an LED light helmet, or really just a good helmet in general, a good value helmet. This helmet, I think, rings in about $270 at its regular price. So if you can find a better deal than that, go for it. It comes in a variety of different graphics, as well as just plain black, plain white, and then the white comes only in gloss, I believe, but the black comes in gloss as well as matte, which is the one I have. But guys, that's all I've got for you. If you have more questions about the Shark Skwal 2, leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to answer those questions if I can. We've also fitted this helmet. I don't know if you can see in the video with the buckle, which was a little bit difficult to get on, so I let my wife do that for me. She's awesome like that with little things like that, where you know my man hands can't get into the smaller places, but she helped hook me up with that, so that's really awesome. I always do that with my helmets, is put on those buckles so you don't have to deal with the double D-ring every time. So never had issues with those. All of my gear actually that I use is in the description, so if you ever think, oh, I like that thing, I like this or that one guy has, and I'd like to get it too, you can check it out there. But guys, that's all I've got for you today. Loving the new helmets, loving the fit, loving the finish, and again, you can get yours through the link in the description. Guys, I appreciate you watching. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up down there, which is the like button, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that already, and find out what else is going on with that one guy. Guys, if you're out there riding, be safe, and if you're not riding, get riding. I'm that one guy, and I am out.